Yooosin, and welcome back today, you guys. And after the big old new update that just happened, I went in and I seen that we got the Peggy event today, so I wanted to go into it and make sure you could still use airplane mode to your advantage during Peggy. And it's somewhat similar to the way it was last time, not a bunch of crazy differences, but I wanted to make sure that you guys have an updated version of what's happening and what's going on and exactly how I'm doing the Peggy event, so you guys can maybe show me a better way of doing it or use my method and make sure that you guys are getting good value for your Peggy coins. So let's hop right into it. So the first thing that I noticed, I didn't do the crazy in-depth testing to find out if the rolls were predetermined last month, but this month I did do the testing. And for example, if you go into Peggy and you're rolling ×1 and you click on the slot on the far right and you drop 5 coins in airplane mode, then when you back it up, if you go into Peggy and drop those 5 coins in the same spot on the same multiplier, you will get the same exact value. So the Peggy coins do work exactly like how the dice work now. So exactly what I did to make sure that my Peggy coins were getting good value, what I did, I jumped into Peggy and I put it on ×10. I think I only had 95 coins during today's testing. Unfortunately, I had to work so it took most of my day. But I took my little 95 coins and I just dropped them on ×10 as fast as I could. Now I just picked random slots and I noticed that sometimes I'm not getting many points. Sometimes I hit the jackpot twice and I get a whole bunch of points. So I did that trial and error just to see what my worst outcome I could possibly get is and what my best outcomes I could possibly be. Generally speaking, one of the times I completed the full first bar and got the red pack, and then it moved me over to the second reward bar. But then sometimes I would drop them all and I wouldn't even complete the first bar. So you can drop them all quickly and then just kind of, wait till you get a really good result and you complete the first bar and you get a whole bunch of fat results and you hit the jackpot twice and make sure that you save that run. Or what I was doing too is, now that you realize that the Peggy drops are just like the dice and they're determined by multiplier, you can just, for example, you would go into Peggy and you go to your ×30 and you just drop into each slot and test all of the slots that you could drop the coins in and see if any of them are a jackpot. If none of them are a jackpot, go to a different multiplier, roll a couple times is what I did, just randomly just drop coins, then went back, and then they gave me different results for each slot that I dropped the coins in. So essentially, you can make sure that you are getting at least higher spots than what you would. Maybe not big old jackpots every time, but at least generally higher than what you would. I was finding that works if you drop all the coins at once, or if you're just dropping them one at a time. You can use this airplane mode method, just dropping 1 coin on the far right side and see what it hits. If it doesn't hit anything, go back into the game, drop that same coin into a different slot. It's going to give you a different result, and then you could just pick the one that you want. Now, I found that to be really easy and just helpful and straightforward. Now, there's a few other things that people brought up to me and that strategies that I was using that I'm sure you guys might be aware of, but I didn't get to bring them up and actually talk about them. The first one I want to bring up that I'm sure all you guys know and love probably is the ×30 rule for when you're playing Peggy. Now, if you can, you always want to be dropping those coins on ×30, because let me explain to you what happens when you drop it on ×30. You perfectly finish the reward circle that's on the bumpers when you tap it with a ×30 coin. So it perfectly finishes and stays at the same reward. So essentially what you're going to be doing for the ×30 strategy is the bumpers on the bottom, they alternate between rewarding you with Peggy coins, money, and dice. What you want to do is have the bumpers set up to give you rewards for dice and Peggy coins, because you don't care about the money. Believe me, you don't want to receive the money rewards. All it is ends up being a waste. So once you have that set up, you're going to drop only ×30 to make sure that when you do hit a bumper, it fully completes it and doesn't change to a different reward. You want it to stay the same reward and make sure that it doesn't change to a money. You want to make sure those bumpers stay on Peggy and dice. That's how you're going to make sure that you get the best outcomes, the most rewards, and especially the most dice. And real quick on the tail end of this, I just wanted to throw in 2 cool strategies that people were telling me in the community. These apply to the new rolling strategy that we are now using and loving. And long story short, I want to tell you guys both these strategies. I'm sure you guys will understand them. The first strategy, there was a young gentleman in the community that posted it, and I wanted to give him all the props. I went back and I looked for his comment, and I could not find it. But essentially what he was saying is using the new rolling strategy that we all loved in my very last video I made for you guys. Let's say your next upcoming roll is a 10, and you want to land on a corner, but you're in a weird tile. If you were to upgrade all the houses on the map, it would complete the board, give you a new board, and set you back to go. And then you know that the next big roll you have in the chamber is 10. So we can perfectly set you up for a quick 10. Like if there's like a reward that's on the corner or something like that, you can always try to use that. That was a cool little strategy that the community came up with that I didn't even think of. There was another awesome guy that private messaged me, and he was telling me all of the cool little kinks that he found out too. And this was a cool one that I didn't know about at all. He was explaining to me that before you cash in a pink vault, the 1,000 stars pink vault, what you want to do is go to your side account, or maybe your friend in real life, maybe your brother, your sister, whoever else that plays that's close to you, and you want to trade that person as many trades as you can. For example, if I have 1,100 stars and I want to go cash a pink vault, the minute before I cash the pink vault, I want to trade 5 cards to my friend, and all to like different, 5 to 1 person. You can trade them to however many people you want. You just want to trade off 5 cards in the exchange system and then have them just be sitting there. Don't have your friend accept the card trades. Just have the exchanges out. Like you sent the card, but you're waiting for a response from the other person. And then if you even wait for the card reset time at, I think it's like 3 o'clock EST or something like that, then you can send 5 more cards even, totaling and sending 10 exchanges. And then you cash the pink vault. While cashing the pink vault, you get rid of all your cards, and then you just get those couple packs and the dice that they reward you with, and it resets you blank. And then all the exchanges cancel. And then you get all your cards back, and you get a fresh deck with 5 cards in your brand new setup. And I found that one to be a really cool one. I would not have thought about that. And I just wanted to, make sure that information got out, because I thought that one was a cool one. And I hope this is helping you guys. I hope make sure you guys are getting all the value for your Peggies. If you guys have any other cool ideas, make sure you leave them in the comments and let me know. And of course, all you guys are invited, for all your newcomers, to make sure we go join our Facebook group. And we're going to be making a Discord soon as well. Make sure that you go down in the comments in the description and you find the group and you join it, because this is where we post all of our videos first, and this is where all these awesome people are coming up with these ideas. So Yooosin out.